Hello students, today we will see the topic resistance and Ohm's law. So let us see what is Ohm's law. The relation between the current flowing through a wire which is denoted by capital I and the potential difference across its end which is denoted by V can be obtained from the law that was given by the German scientist George Simon Ohm. So the law is, if the physical state of a conductor remains constant, the current I flowing through it is directly proportional to the potential difference V between its two ends. So I is directly proportional to V. The sign is a proportionality sign. Now to remove that proportionality sign, we need to add some constant term. So that K is added over there, you can see, and that proportionality sign is removed and the is equal to sign is there, you can see. Now that K has shifted to the left hand side, to that side. So after that K becomes 1 upon K. So I into 1 upon K is equal to V. Now that 1 upon K is taken as a R, which is resistance of conductor. So after substituting that value of R over there instead of 1 upon K, it becomes I into R, which is V. Hence V is equal to IR, or R is equal to V upon I. This is known as Ohm's law. So the physical state of a conductor means its length, area of cross section, temperature and the material it is made up of. So we can obtain the SI unit of resistance from the above formula that we have seen. Potential difference and current are measured in volts and amperes respectively. The unit of resistance is called ohms. It is denoted by and it is indicated by that symbol. Okay, you can see that symbol. So 1 volt upon 1 ampere is equal to 1 ohm. Now we'll see the resistance of 1 ohm. If 1 ampere current flows through a conductor when 1 volt potential difference is applied between its ends, then the resistance of the conductor is 1 ohm, which is equivalent to 1 ohm. Now we'll see the resistance and resistivity of a conductor. As shown in the figure 3.4, you can see the diagram. There are a large number of free electrons in a conductor. You can see in the first diagram, in the A, that means this diagram, there are a large number of electrons inside the conductor. They are constantly in random motion. When a potential difference is applied between the two ends of the conductor, these electrons start moving from the end at lower potential to the end at the higher potential. This directional motion of the electrons causes the flow of current. Now moving electrons strikes the atom and ions which lie along their path. Such collision causes hindrance to the flow of electrons and opposes the current. This hindrance is called the resistance of the conductor. Okay, you can see in the diagram, in the second diagram, that means in B diagram, potential difference is added, that means electrical cell is applied over there so that electrons start moving in particular direction. Now this is a German physicist George Simon Ohm established a law for measuring the resistance of conductor. In his honor, the unit of resistance is called the ohm. Now we'll see the resistivity. At a given temperature, the resistance, which is denoted by capital R, of a conductor depends on its length, area of cross section and a material it is made up of. So therefore, if the resistance of a conductor is R, then R is directly proportional to L. Also R is inversely proportional to A, that means area of cross section. So therefore R is directly proportional to L upon A. Again we have to remove that proportionality into equality. For that we need to add some constant term. You can see that term, that constant value is added over there. That symbol is a constant of proportionality and it is called a resistivity of the material. The unit of resistivity in SI units is ohm meter. Resistivity is a specific property of the material and different materials have different resistivity. Now we'll see the electric circuit. You might have seen the concept electric circuit. Now we'll see what is it. A continuous path of an electric current through conducting wires connected to the two ends of a cell and other resistance is called an electric circuit. A circuit is depicted by a figure. This figure shows how different components are to be connected in the circuit. By using special symbols for each of the components, such a figure is called an electric circuit diagram. You can see in the diagram 3.5. In the circuit in the figure 3.5, an ammeter is used to measure current and voltmeter to measure the potential difference between the two ends of the resistor. As the voltmeter has very high resistance, only very small current flows through it. You can see this is a diagram. Voltmeter is connected over here. This is ammeter for measuring current, voltmeter to measuring the potential difference. And this is a cell which is denoted by that plus and negative, positive negative sign. And this one is a wire. So this is a circuit electrical circuit. Now we'll see some symbols for components of an electric circuit and their uses. Now you can see that chart, electrical cell, picture, which is actually look like, and that symbol is plus and minus sign. You can see here it is denoted by that sign. And the uses are to apply a potential difference between two ends of conductor. Now second is battery. Battery is a collection of number of cells. You can see in the diagram and it is denoted by that same symbol with number of batteries. To apply the large potential difference between two ends of the conductor, we use the battery. Now after that, open tap key or plug key. You can see that open tap key, it is denoted by that symbol. You can see over here. To stop the flow of current flowing in a circuit by disconnecting two ends of the wire. So to stop the current, that plug key is used. After that, close tap key or plug key. That symbol is same, you can see, but difference is only that dot in that inside that symbol. To start the flow of current in the circuit by connecting two ends of the wires, that plug key is used. Now wire is denoted by that straight line and use of wire is to connect the various component in the circuit. After that, crossing wire, and that crossing wire is denoted by that symbol to show wires which are crossed but are not connected. We use that symbol. Light bulb is denoted by that symbol to test the flow of circuit. Lighted means current is flowing, unlighted means current is not flowing. Now resistance is denoted by that zigzag line, you can see over there, and it is used to control the flow of current in the circuit. After that, variable resistance is denoted by that same symbol, but the arrow is there. To change the resistance as required and thereby control the current, we use that variable resistance. Ammeter is used to measure the current, you already know, and it is denoted by that symbol. Inside the circle A is written over there. To measure the current flowing through the circuit, we use the ammeter, and voltmeter is used to measure the potential difference between two points, and it is denoted by that symbol. So again same symbol, but inside the circle V is written over there. So that's it about today's lecture. Thank you.